Hello, welcome back to some more Endwalker MSQ series. In the last part we found our way to Charlayan, old Charlayan in fact, and we got a little private tour from Raha and Quell. And now we're waiting for, I guess, our first meeting, trying to find out more information about the towers that have invaded Eorzea. And also a little bit Hydaelyn herself, because as we found out last time, she has taken corporeal form and is trying to find out about us. Oh, you know, well, I feel like she's going to give us some more information anyway, I don't know. But yeah, we're here, we're chilling out in it's a really cool little room that they made for us. And now we're going to get back to it, because like there's nothing, like, with Shadowbringers, there's a lot of like plus quest stuff. I'm going to be doing role quests, that's something I am going to be doing, so watch out for that. But besides that, we're going to be doing Charlayan stuff today. So let's start, shall we? Is it through here, Raha? I see you're guarding the door. Do you have your papers pasted on the walls of your room? It was not unusual for occupants to pin up notes or documents and such, and then forget to take them when they went on their merry way. Sometimes it was quite deliberate though. You might see complaints addressed to other members, or a thank you card for the engrossing literature someone left behind. I haven't actually had a look. The love traditions that I should know better than to dwell upon. If we are to create a future for the students of the Baldassian and so many others, we must look to the days ahead. The final days, in fact. But I agree, we have to look for that, because otherwise we might have another future, and that's not good, is it? We want to have a future where we can come here, chill out, eat some Archon loaf of Raha. Sounds like a nice time. Oh, this is a very small room, Quell. Very cool looking. Where's everyone else? Why is there no rooms, seats in here? Feeling refreshed and alert? Our colleagues should be wandering in soon, so I suggest we stay here and wait for them to join us. I guess, as Scions of the Seventh Dawn, we do not require seats. There's a ladder. There was a chair over there. It's more like a spare room, to be honest. I feel like we could have done with some sofas to sit down on.
Pray forgive me. I was delayed.
Doing some more than sightseeing, I think, of Young Jay.
Let's get down to business then, shall we?
Brass tacks, I love it.
Come what may, we must prevent the Telophoroid's plans from coming to fruition. At present, I see two paths for gathering the information which may aid us in achieving that goal.
Two different quests?
The first involves an investigation into the change which has come over Charlayan, not to mention the recent inscrutable behavior of the Forum.
Yeah, do a little bit of self-investigation.
99 members of the Forum are elected from the general populace. This alone guarantees a plethora of opinion with regards to foreign policy.
It's democracy-based.
For example, are a group of conservatives which would have Charlayan focus on recording history, while remaining entirely uninvolved in the making of it. And at the other extreme, we have advocates for proactive diplomacy and direct intervention. My grandfather Galef was one such member, as was Archon Louisois.
Both gone now, though, fortunately.
Yet despite our diverse factions and philosophies, the recent vote to deny Eorzea's request for assistance was unanimous.
So there must have been some inside information then about it.
Even more concerning was the fact that many cited other more pressing duties as justification for their recalcitrance.
Fortuno's refusal in Gridania had those same undertones. 'Twas as if, having stared unblinking into the face of impending doom, he had simply turned away to pursue something more important. But what could that possibly be?
Some potential way to save themselves instead of the rest of the world? Or could be counterproductive because they want to store history?
And one which I ask for your help to solve. Our future may depend on it.
That's one. What's the other one?
As for our second potential path, it concerns a request made directly to the students of Baldassian. Our organization was founded primarily to study strange and unexplained phenomena the world over. Mysterious relics and ruins, arcane disturbances, and so forth.
Is that what Labyrinthos looks like?
Compared to our more isolationist Charlayan colleagues, we have strong connections overseas. namely with scholars and academics who share our passion for the unknown.
What are all these images? Are these places we're going to see in Endwalker?
The request in question comes from one such acquaintance, Nadana, an alchemist residing in distant Favner.
What?
Her missive describes the sudden appearance of a tower and the subsequent summoning of what I can only assume is a lunar primal.
Yeah. Hey, well, I was thinking we're going to Labyrinthos, but I guess we're going to Farvana instead.
In response to this threat, the satrap of Radzat-Han, the individual who governs the city-state, has instructed the alchemists to find a means to deal with the spire.
Yeah, well, it sounds like it.
The artisans of that land are heirs to an ancient tradition, one rather unlike that of their Uldan counterparts. 'Tis possible, nay, probable, that they have gleaned truths unattainable by Eorzea or her Far Eastern allies.
So we're going to another area too, not Dust.
They do, in fact,
Ilsabard.
appear to have a strategy in mind, though it will require further research. To that end, they have requested an introduction to a capable warrior shielded by the blessing of light.
Us then.
Assuming we divide our forces to pursue both of Kral's lines of inquiry, then having you join the group heading to Thavnair would seem the obvious choice.
Wait, I'm not getting a choice here. I'm just going to Favner.
But the investigation in Sharlayan is of vital
Oh
importance
no,
as
it's
well.
going to split up.
Equal, I think, to the Thavnarian one, given that the fate of the world may hinge on the results of both.
Well, I
Yes,
think I'm going to leave it
is
to a...
quite the quandary.
I think I'm going to leave it to a coin toss like I did last time.
Though it is a great imposition and an altogether too common one, our efforts would be more likely to succeed were you to lead the charge on both fronts.
Hell yeah, I'll go on a boat trip and I'll do some local espionage.
You are indeed our champion. As to which task to tackle first, we will defer to your decision. Let us next decide how everyone else might best be assigned. As for myself, I shall continue what I've begun in Sharlayan. I should also like to steal the services of an Archon or two.
Me! Oh wait,
And
now I'm already
thereby
choosing.
gain access to a greater range of reading material. I will help with that.
Oh, we get Ishtolo there?
Allow me to offer my
And
assistance.
Vaha? Oh.
I have some small amount of experience in the field of research.
Oh, well, that's kind of made up my mind. Oh, no, they're also coming.
Alice and I would also like to help, if you would have us.
Me and Fan could go on a solo
A
mission.
fraction of what our father and the Forum might be thinking.
Of course, the more the merrier.
Right. The rest of us will make the journey to Thavner.
Us, Justinian, and Fanquid. And Oyonje, I'm assuming?
Thoughts? Objections?
He's just brooding in the
I passed
corner.
through Thavner on my way to infiltrate the Empire, and though I'm not qualified to give a guided tour, I did gain a sense of where things lie.
I'll be happy to have you along then. So for this group, it will be you, me, and Urianger.
An interesting team up, but I'm fine with it. Oyonje, I guess, doesn't have any pressing
Give me a
matters
moment
here.
afterwards, and I'll supply you with all the details of Nadana's request.
Yeah.
Consider this hall our rendezvous point once our respective tasks are complete. May our investigations prove fruitful.
Sure they will, Carl. Let's get to work then. We have a choice. Either figure out what's going on at Sharlayan with this whole, with them voting unanimously, or going to Favner and doing some cool lunar primal shit. Both ways sound interesting, but I think again I'm gonna leave it to a coin toss. Oh, we have two different ways to go then, I guess. And the only way we're going to decide it is with an app. Okay. I'm going to throw a coin. And let me get this up, shall I? Coin, flip. Oh. Okay. Coin, flip. Okay, and then this. Get this up. Put this here. And we'll spin. Heads, we'll go to Favner. Tails, we'll stay here and try and we'll look into this Charlatan stuff, shall we? 3, 2, 1, go. Oh. And it's heads. Okay, we're going to Favner then. Wait, is that actually rigged? Hold on. It was heads again. Why is it only heads? Okay, no, it can't be tails. Okay, I was wondering if it was rigged. But I don't know how you can get that wrong, but sure. Let's stop going with you guys then. So it's back to Favner. Had I known earlier, I would have considered more suitable attire. Though I have read much on the subject of Radsat Han, this visit shall be my first. 'Twill be interesting to see how the Hanish mean the content of the tower, different as their magical and technologies disciplines are. I guess we'll find out when we go to Favner. Thank God it's eager to set forth for Favner. See, here I was thinking Labyrinthos would be the first area, but I guess not. I have Quirrell's instructions in hand. If you're ready to set out, then so are we. Having been to Favner before, I can travel by Aethite, but what of the rest of you? Another sea voyage would waste time we do not have. Quirrell was of the same mind and has already secured the aid of the good folk of the Confluence. We'll take ourselves there. The Confluence? Is that like Ava travel? Oh. The Confluence, thou sayest. Is that bad for you? I'm afraid so, my friend. What is this? Yeah, like some bad history of them? Thou wilt record the hunt for Iceheart, under whose sanctuary we delivered thee owing to the knowledge of our comrade, Moonbreeder. Yeah? I remember her. Moonbreeder was an authority in aethology. I feel the study she did embark upon in the pursuit of her parents' example. Both are authorities in their own right, and both are researchers at the Confluence. Oh. Haven't you gone to see them yet? It'd be hard to tell them what happened to their daughter, I guess. I attempted to do so earlier, but to my shame my courage failed me at the last. As it hath the many times I thought to reach out to them, after sending that fateful letter. Neither time nor introspection has revealed unto me the words I should speak, and thus have I kept my silence. Wherever you come with us or no is your choice, and yours alone. If it is too difficult, we'll manage. No, we need our astrologian. We need 4 because otherwise we'll go to a dungeon. Thou art kind to say so, but I have no intention of forsaking our cause. I shall go to the Confluence, and I shall face that which hath long been overdue. You're settled then, let's be off. When we arrive, we should look for a researcher named Kite. I'm assuming that's Kite, not Kitty. I think it's Kite. Kitty would be a weird name to have, unless they're a cat person. No, but that's another plot point that was never really resolved. What happened to Moonbreeder and kind of the effects that had on the young Jay? Because we know they were both close, and it was the first really bit of like emotion we had from him at that point. So yeah, the hunt for specimens. Wait, what is this? Well, I'll have a look at that later, but not now. Just throwing out a little plus quest already, I see, game. And some level 80 quests. Which, by the way, I synced if you didn't know. Basically, you can do them at any point between level 80 and level 90, so that's the same for most of those side quests, which is quite nice. But good to get out of this area, though, and go to a refreshing new, like, whole new location. Our first of Endwalker's big areas, I guess. Oh, where you are. Kite. Hello. Would like to get cowed by Aether. Well, now this is rather a lot of stern faces. Are my library books overdue again? Not to our knowledge. We're associates of Quirrell, the students of Baldessian. We seek passage to Favner and understand that you can assist us. Ah, the test subjects. Welcome. That's not reassuring that we've been called test subjects. Oh no. Test subjects? Oh, you hadn't heard? Well, then allow me to explain. So, in order to travel to an Aethite, you ordinarily need to be attuned to it beforehand. Otherwise, you can't use it as a beacon to seek out while you're a mess of Aether hurtling down a live stream. An inconvenient but incontrovertible limitation of Aether teleportation. But what if I was to tell you there's a way to travel to an Aetheryte without being attuned to it? A way to teleport instantly to places you've never been. For long years we've laboured to make such travel possible, that people might move about more freely. And we've finally done it! We've created a new kind of Aetheryte that doesn't require attunement. Truly, that changes everything. Well, my language has been a bit misleading. The user need not attune to these Aetherites, but Aetherites themselves must have been pre-attuned to each other, thereby facilitating travel between the 2 points. So I literally just can't go anywhere then. But it just so happens that our first test pairs of Aetherites, one has been installed here in Charlayan, and the other over in Yellowmound, a port town in Thavner. As you may know, our nation has long maintained strong ties with Radzat Han, and indeed we owe much of the breakthrough to the contribution to their oh my god, we really are going to Radzat Han. That was another area I called, I think. Let's sum it up, we're going to test these Aetherites. How fortuitous were you? I should mention that an accident has impaired my ability to channel Aether. Will this be a problem? Not at all. As a matter of fact, you might say these Aetherites are made for people like your good self. The magics imbued within will whisk you away without any effort on your part. Oh. That was a dream come true, and far be it for me to worry about such things, but do you have permission to make use of your shiny new invention? The only permission required is yours, so assuming you're willing, we're all set. Okay, let's hope we don't become like aetherical like sponge from this then. May come as a surprise, we actually struggle to find test subjects. Most people seem to have an unreasonable fear of their souls gradually disintegrating as they drift helplessly in the live stream, in a statistically unlikely event that something goes awry. But it's plain that you aren't most people. Mr. Cloud surely knows how to pick 'em. I hope we don't die. If I might change the subject, a Master Wilson and Mistress Blowweeder not present today. I don't think that's Blowweeder. It might be though. Oh, you didn't hear? They recently resigned their posts. Their expertise was needed elsewhere. A large-scale project helmed by the firm itself, as I understand, but I'm not privy to the details. I see. Any other questions? No? Let's get going before you change your minds. Please see to your preparations and head outside today, Fight Plaza. I'll be along shortly. What big project are they working on? Does that have something to do with the Charlayan, the Charlayan plot we think's going on? In case you're wondering, the Aetherite still functions like a normal one. It's been upgraded to allow unattuned travel. I'll see you there shortly. Oh. Yeah, this is a cool little place. Oh, no. Research in teleportation measures is difficult and now requires an abundance of space, which in turn requires an abundance of funding. Thankfully, we can use this public facility free of charge. Yeah, I'm enjoying the different sciences they've been experimenting on, because they do kind of know how Aetherite works to an extent, but finding out how the Charlayans have experimented on it is really cool. Though words unsaid yet weigh heavy on my heart, I shall devote mine all to our task in Thavner. Also, this place has gotten even more busy than it was last time. What is this? Imst? Hallucinogenia XX. But there's no one else here. Whose minion is this? I got really confused there. I thought it was I thought it was Justinian's, but I guess not. I shall teleport the tried and trusted way. Good luck. Oh, you okay, buddy? Alright, well, hopefully we don't die. Let's give us a go, shall we? I hope that the teleportation is successful and we don't get fucked over by it. I wonder if Fanka will be able to travel back, though. That's the thing.
Right, we're all set.
Oh my god, I actually got the voice right. How did I do that? Right, all right. Yeah, that's kind of the voice I was going with this.
3. I'm already attuned to the crystal in Thavner.
Yeah, Estinian doesn't want to become Aether paste.
You are? Oh. I would have preferred more test subjects.
Yeah, well, it might not be a good
well,
way of
never mind.
traveling.
If our 3 travelers could line up here, please.
What's this gonna be like? Are we gonna get like holed like through like what we did with the first? Because this might work across realms too at some point, right? I assume.
Yes, right there is fine. Take a deep breath, and I'll soon have you soaring through the ether.
Yay! We're gonna. So, awesome stuff is going to happen. Oh, here we go! Wow, magic! Look at all the ether I have inside of
one last
me.
thing.
Oh, was it?
You might experience a teensy-weensy touch of violent ethereal sickness. Good luck!
Violent?
What?
I like young just being like, oh, I should have thought about that. And Estinian's like, yes, I'm glad I didn't go that way. Emmett, you gonna narrate where we are? I know you'd like to do that, so go on, do it. I don't know we're in a new location. Oh, no. That's a good way of doing that. I'm glad we actually ended up at Vadsahan. I don't think we're at Vadsahan. I think we're at a port in the area, but no, it's cool. We're going to this island place.
Thavnir, home to city-state Rads at Han. Rising from the southeast waters of the Bounty, this Isle of Plenty served as the battleground for a conflict between 2 peoples.
It's very colourful. I like how purple it is.
Another until a unique amalgamation was distilled from the chaos in a process not unlike their precious alchemy.
Yeah, it's a very colourful place.
Once solidified as a
there's a
single
tower
nation,
here.
an adamant stance of neutrality would hold invaders at bay for a time.
So I guess maybe there's a beast tribe here they're experimenting on to try and get a lunar primal.
Now across
I
this
made
vibrant
it, and I'm not
isle creeps
sick.
a fog of malice. What choice do you have?
Oh no, I am sick. How's the young Jay doing? Is he okay?
What chance?
Oh no, he's not okay. He's fainted. Oh. I mean, that would have happened to you too, Estonian, if you came this way.
Such an insidious foe.
Amazing. Wait, this music. I've heard this music before. This is the Reaper class music. Oh, so that's where they use this. Oh no. Oh. Oh, my head. I shouldn't have had that Archon back. Give us a minute, we'll be okay. Just
Seen fairer faces after a bout of bad shellfish.
Yeah, you're lucky you didn't go that way. We are all young gays, so
Let me bring you something to drink. That should help settle your bellies.
yeah. Nothing with sugar in though. I think that would just make my belly come out and explode. Okay.
There was a note with Kryle's instructions.
Yeah.
Don't let Estinian roam the markets alone. He's alarmingly bad with
Uh-oh. He's as bad as Alfred. I'm like, wait, what? Oh, it's amazing. Oh, God, take me. I'm sick. Oh, no, I'm fine now. My resolve to stop Estinian from wasting all our money has taken over. Good. Right, are we in an area? You managed to will yourself to your feet, but given your condition, will you be able to reach Estinian in time? Don't know. Do I actually have a debuff right now? No, I don't. You two will be okay, just stay there. We're in our first area. I beg your pardon? Wait. wait a second. Garlemald, you say? But that's only 3 areas. I thought Garlemald would have the most areas in it. Now that is interesting. Okay. So if you don't know how it works, chat, there's 6 areas per expansion, and this is the first one we found. Labyrinth is another one, and this is the 3rd one. That means there's 3 whole areas we don't know about yet. Oh lord. Hey buddy, how's it going? Oh. He's been through a lot, and he won't say anything because he's too good for that. Meanwhile, just have Thancred over here is just dying. No, stopping our champion. Now, quickly, find Estinian before he... No, Thancred. No. My character doesn't sound like it should. Oh, okay, so there's gonna be a lot more people here, like I said, because we're in Endwalker areas, so we're gonna see a lot more. In terms of... Oh no, I've actually got apes. Look at this, that's amazing. I don't know how they've done that. It started raining too. Very good. Very good. Hey, buddy, no. You're gonna waste all... Oh, you're gonna waste all that money. Estinian! Estinian! Hey. You there, I need 3 drinks. Something that helps with aphid sickness.
By the Mansura, a traveller. Hey, I mean greetings. Greetings and welcome. You are wise, good sir, to come to me. My special amber lassie, made of only the finest and freshest ingredients, is famed for calming unruly bellies. By way of a warm welcome to Thavnair, I'm pleased to offer to you for a low price of 19,800 gil. For not 1, not 2, but 3 bottles.
Excuse me? What do you mean, Elephant Man? Who is this person? The price is high road robbery, and you want to say as much to Estinian, but you realise any words of warning you cry out would be accompanied by your last meal. No, my burger! You must stand before Estinian and, using gestures, deny that the deal was fair. Buddy? Buddy? I need to doubt you, or deny. No, don't do it! Please. I thought you could barely stand. What do you need to tell me that's so urgent? You're making a payable purchase. Wait, I shouldn't buy the lassie? This merchant is swindling me.
Wow! Serious apologies, sir, but I appear to have my prices confused. It's actually 1,890 gil for the 3 bottles of lassie.
That confusion would have been quite costly for both of us. Very well then, your coin. Why is this elephant man who keeps coming back? Yeah, a bottle for each of you. Take them to the others and get some rest. Yeah, I need to drink that. Give me that. I'll be back after I've explored the town. No, I need to drink it too. I'm gonna die if I don't. Oh, I think I will drink it, okay. Made of only the finest and freshest ingredients, this amber flavoured lassie is boasted to settle unruly stomachs. Yeah, I'm sure it is. Oh, buddy, it's gonna be okay. I've got your lassie. It's gonna be okay. You look so fast. Praise be to the 12th. My stomach doth loosen its death grip. My heartfelt thanks to Fee and Estinian, and to the fine fruits of this land. And now Vanquid. Well, Vanquid always kind of overreacts to stuff. You were in time. Excellent. You spared us Tatari's wrath. Yeah, well, I also spared your stomach and my stomach, so it was for a good cause. Sweet, sweet release. If you haven't already, you should have yours too. I think I have had mine. I had it when I began. Now that we're all better, let's actually go. Well, we need to get on with it. The lassie truly works wonders. Yeah, it sure does. Back in your feet, I see. For Fi hair. Whoa! Fi hair indeed! Oh my god, it's got a little ponytail. Aye, I bound it. Tis the most I could do against this heat, short of shredding my armour. It's raining right now, buddy! I asked where you got that cord for it. A local vendor. The man said it's a Phanerian weave. No! Tough and not easy around. How much do you spend for it, Estinian? And how much does it cost? 9,400. You spent 10,000. You fuck. Oh, a steel, I was told. 'Tis nothing fancy, but I've always valued function over form. That's incredible. I dare say not even Alphino could hold a candle to you, oblivious fucking dragon killer. Fuck. It's not uncommon for merchants to set their prices high, but doesn't it seem excessive here? I've all had a merchant so unscrupulous. I expected the Azor Dragoon to put up more of a fight. I mean, that's the best one, so I'm gonna go for that. On that subject, he doesn't react to it? Oh, I shall refrain from making comment. And I cannot help but observe that the merchants seem overzealous in their pursuit of profit. Claiming Favno as its dominion, the nation of Radzat Han hath long thrived as a hub of commerce. Yeah, that's noticeable. In the beginning there was the Arcasodera, a Matanga tribe indigenous to this island. Over time they came to be joined by other races, and though they are intermingling, a culture rich and distinct did emerge. From alchemy to textiles, the products of Hannish culture have come to be celebrated and converted the world over, a development only aided by the nation's prime location as a waypoint betwixt east and west. So wait, we never stopped here then to get to Gugane. All of this have combined to make a trading power of Radzat Han, yet such a status cannot be taken for granted. Nay, it must needs be maintained through judicious governance and stringent regulation. Neither which I see any evidence, given that merchants of the gateway town are free to fleece hapless travellers and tarnish the reputation of the nation at large. Just so, the opportunistic pricing is rampant, doth suggest that oversight is much weakened, or mayhap that the people have fallen upon hard times. Maybe it's got something to do with the giant tower that's popped up. Whatever the truth may be, 'twould be prudent to ascertain the current state of affairs. Yeah, I agree. Prudent and practical, aye. We've naught to lose by learning more. So, ere we seek out Qua's acquaintance, shall we see what information we can gather here in Yedalad? Yedalad, I guess is how you pronounce it? Excellent. We didn't get off to flying colour at start, but we'll make up for it. Oh my god, we got some Amber Lassie. Do we have to pay for this one? I assume not. How do you feel now, young Jay? Be thou assured that I am quite recovered. Lassie is truly a boon for unruly stomachs. Yeah, surely is. Oh, so the weather right now is quite nice too. Oh my god, well, look who it is. Oh, that's good. On low tide, his stomach behaving once more, Vanquid is ready to get to work. Right, let's split up and make an inquiries in town. Zigbar, the pier is yours. Once we have learned what we can regroup at the Aetheryte. Off-putting, though the mere sight of it may be. Alright. Well, before we could go any further, let me grab this summoning stone over here. And do the little bit of explore. I love these elephant men, they're goddamn great. Hey buddy! I'm not gonna use you, but I just want to get you ready. Yeah, I like how diverse these Endwalker areas are so far. Obviously we got fucking Garlemald up here, which I'm excited for. Oh my lord. Wait, the locks? Wait, what do you mean the locks? Oh, maybe that's how we get there. Well, either way, we're here to gather information, and that's what I'm good at. Hello. With the trade routes closed off, merchants are being forced to just sit on their stock. I'm buying what I can of their perishables, but their coin purses are not the only ones that have suffered. Yeah, it's very noticeable that they're very... The crate is laden with fruits, but they are on the verge of spoiling, as if they've been left too long. I like these Chrono Cross-esque boats here. That's cool. Have a little look around. I don't know if it's purposely meant to be raining like this, but like, this is part of the story quest right now, but it's very cool. I mean, they did the whole like Aether, like aetherical sickness thing, so I'm sure that might be part of it. Gazing out from the pier, you spy boats moored off nearby islands, with the silhouettes of larger seafaring vessels further away. Pardon me. Compared to other ports you've visited in the past, there appears to be very little activity. Also, there's not a lot of players there either. Hey. Dijin Leo. What am I doing? Oh, recording my sales. Still do it barely out of habit, but I don't know I bother why. Hardly sells anything these days. Business has never been this terrible, but I suppose things could be even worse. I could have a consortium to keep afloat, like Kazal. I don't envy his position. Better to be alone in my little operation, I've come to realise. You're a traveller by the looks of you. If in a moment, perhaps you could pay Kazal a visit. You'd be glad for tidings from abroad. Like as not, you'll find him at the Saltwind Sails, the harbour guild are building across the water from here. Huh. Maybe we'll have a little look. Yeah, I like this ocean area. Also, what is that over there? Janana Mandapa. That's how you pronounce that, I think. I don't know though. Yeah, there's notably a giant tower here in the background too. Not many visit here from other shores anymore. Even Alnair has seen few business ships in the docks, and has felt the loss of coins they bring most keenly. Yeah, it's notable. Whoa! Hello, guy who's a cat person. He said the presence of a powerful mark. Do I now? I mean, I sense the presence of a powerful bird, but mark? Here, of all places? I don't know what that's about. So how do I get to you? Oh, I can just go in the water. Okay, that's good to know. Oh, now isn't a traveller. You're rare sire in these unsettled times. People have been giving us a wide berth since that accursed tower suddenly appeared on now and there. We just stood there and loomed ominously. Perhaps things would be fine after a fashion. But no, it had to spawn full fell fiends as well. We still have our lives thanks to the Radiant Host, but business is as good as dead. What will become of us? Only the gods know. So obviously something bad happened here, and now we're dealing with the consequences of it. Okay, where is this quest over here? This little area. Also, something else I think is been taken note of is, I think, Yeah, there's no Ava currency yet. We need at least one, but I think there's 10. There's a lot less. There's a lot more traveling ones in this because it's a modern X-Pack. So it's the most recent X-Pack. They usually have a lot more, and then they reduce it after the others come out, from what I heard. But it's Gazelle. I hope we get some information about what's happening here. The Damascans aren't coming. We already have everything they've ordered. What are we supposed to do with it?
I don't know, but yelling at me isn't going to help. All I know is their plans have changed, and that's that. Look, you must have known this might happen. The Empire's at war with itself and the provinces are in chaos. And then there's a tower sitting on our doorstep spitting out monstrosities. The city has its defences, we've been afforded no protection out here. We can't blame foreigners for not wanting to take the risk.
But this would be an enormous loss. Alright, forget about the Damascans. Surely some ships are still coming. We have fresh produce, handicrafts, medicine, all the Perron or Hannish favourites. Our consortium works closely with merchants and artisans to support only the finest wares. Quality is guaranteed.
I know all these things, Gazelle, I do. Which is why I get to say I have nothing for you. All voyages have been cancelled or indefinitely postponed. And you are?
Hey, I'm here to help you trade the problem.
Wait, you're a foreigner, are you not? A merchant? Please tell me you're a merchant.
No, I'm not. I mean, I can be if you want.
I see. That's a shame.
Sir, we're discussing important matters.
If you need something, please talk to one of the others. Excuse me?
Who is this? It better not be Estinian. Oh. My name is Matza, and I'm here to see Kazal. I think that's how they talk.
It's annoying you. Oh, sad elephant.
Oh, seems he's busy. I'll come back later then. That's the saddest thing in this entire game.
Like, what the fuck's happened? If foreign vessels won't come to us, why not use our own to deliver the wares to them? It's not so simple, Gazelle. And besides, everyone's in the same boat. Everyone.
Yeah, everyone doesn't seem to be having a good time here.
The harbour? I take it by your appearance that you don't hail from these shores. How fascinating. What do you require of me?
Tell me about yourself.
Me? My husband and I are making our living by selling what goods we can. We met on the ship crossing the limbs of Lominsa when we were but fledgling merchants, and we've been inseparable ever since. We mainly deal in spices and fruits that can't be found anywhere else. This island tells a story through its cuisine, and we aim to share it with the world. Why don't you try some yourself? Go on, the journey will be worth it. I'm looking forward to tasting your flavours and stuff. This is Yedlamad, gateway to the Fevnarian Sea. In the old tongue of the people of the continent, the name means new port. The waters here are shallow, so only small boats can make it to the docks. However, that means the port is well protected from harsh winds and violent waves. Large ships more laden with goods tend to moor at Elna. Ever since that tower appeared in Nauna, we've seen fewer and fewer merchants making their way here. Trade has come to a stop and our wares sit rotting under the sun.
I like the new names here. It's cool to have kind of a different culture in FS14 outside of the one we already have. Hey, buddy.
Yes, can I help you?
Yeah, I heard you were sad in there.
Oh, I remember seeing you back in the guild. You wanted to speak of Kazao too, did you?
I'm Matza, a fisherman of Akyali, a nearby village.
I sent my catch to Kazao, who offers it to foreign merchants, but he hasn't brought anything for a while now. When I heard that a consortium had been struggling, I became worried and decided to come and see him. Just as soon as he was free anyway. He's a hard-working man, and I didn't dare not disturb him.
Oh well, you seem very nice. A fisherman's friend. Matza has regards you quite nervously.
If I may ask, what is it that you do? I'm a merchant, but also a warrior. An adventurer, you say? And you travel the world helping people? Then, Then that must mean you're great at dealing with strangers. Please, won't you teach me to be like you?
I have talked to a number of people, to be fair.
You see, I bought some fresh fish with me, the portion I couldn't preserve, and I want to sell them. The problem is I'm terrible with people. I've only ever dealt with gazelle, and I can't order customers without getting my trunk in a twist. So please, as silly as it sounds, will you not peddle the fish in my stead and show me how it's done? I guess I got nothing better to do right now. If you're willing, please let me know, and we can begin at once.
The event to follow cannot be skipped. You may wish to cancel any pending Jury Finder registrations. What are you talking about, game? What? The event that follows cannot be skipped. Oh, is it like a big cutscene, but not as big as it usually be? I guess.
You'll do it then. Show me how to deal with customers. I'm in your debt. Right. Please try peddling my fish to, shall we say, 3 people here in Yedlamad.
Oh, that's how you say it, isn't it? I just said it randomly, Yedlamad. That makes more sense.
I'll observe you and learn.
Matsuri is now accompanying you. Keep me at your side in order to proceed with quest objectives. You can leave Matsuri behind by entering a different area, or by speaking with him and selecting the option to part ways. If you wish to have Matsuri join you again, return and speak with him at the original location. This is a cool new mechanic they've added. Now I got an elephant friend though, who's going to follow me to the end of the world. Nice, we're going to go and sell you some fish. Okay, well, like you said, your negotiation skills are not good. Mine aren't great either, but I'll try my best. I always do my best, so I'll give my best shot here.
Hey, buddy! I have some negotiating skills.
Yes. Fish! I got fish here. Fresh fish, straight from the sea's bosom to your mouth. Greeting, friend. How fare you of late? Yeah, let's begin by talking to him. Greetings to you too. I suppose I'm well enough given the circumstance. Things have settled down somewhat, but it was utter chaos when that tower first appeared. Everyone grabbing wherever they could, trampling over each other to get to the city. I do remain there now for now, but I could not stay away. I had to come back, see with my life such as it is. Whether or not it was the right choice, only time will tell. I don't know what's going on in the background right now, but I kind of love it. What is happening? Is it getting foggy? I think so. It's too risky out here. Maybe you ought to move to the city too. There's no place like home, but don't do anything dangerous, eh? Yeah, that one. Oh, trust me, I don't. I make sure to keep well clear of the tower. When more monsters await management, I heed the Radiant Host's instructions. I hope they deal with it sooner so we can get back to our original lives. It's the days when we can learn as much as you gave and tuck into a meal satisfied that you did a good job. Speaking of meals, why not have some fresh fish today? Those days will come again before you know it. Till then, stay safe. No. We need to get the fresh fish into the conversation. Fresh fish, you say? Yeah, straight from the ocean. Oh, you're a fishmonger. Heh, when you bait me like that, how can I not bite? Very well, give me some of your fish. There we go. Successful fishing, Mr. Elephant Guy. Oh my god. Thank you for your custom. The catch of the day is Shallow's cod, delectable stewed in coconut milk, or baked with a sprinkle of salt. You succeed in making it sail. Nice. Who knew we had it in us? I mean, I kinda did. We've done this before. Oh, dude. Don't stand inside of me. Oh, there I go. Oh, this is a really embarrassing situation. Okay, let me just swim back to the shore. Alright, Mr. Elephant, let's go find someone else to trade with. Like I said, I can be good at this, but I can also be terrible. It depends on the options I'm given and how hard it is. But for the most part, I think we'll be okay. You just gotta do your best, and I'm sure I'll be good. Hey, you want fish? Well, I've got a deal for you. A hawker, are you? Do you sell fruit by chances? Yes, sir, I want some amwa. Let's say it does. Let's say it doesn't. They don't need to be export quality. I'm not a fish trawler. Amwa, shramwa, my fresh fish is the only thing you need. What do you need so many amwa for? Yeah, there we go. Ask some questions. Why, for eating, of course. It may seem like a lot, but of late I go through that much in no time at all. I am a stock taker by trade, but with no vessels coming these days, the wares are beginning to pile up. By the same token, nothing is coming in from overseas, but not a day goes by that someone doesn't come asking when the next shipment is arriving for this, and that, and this, and that. All of it wears me down, and I find myself feeling constantly hungry. Are you sure you're actually that hungry? I know how you feel. Thank you. I pity you don't sell fruit, but I enjoyed that little chat. It took my mind off my troubles for a moment. Oh. Oh, but I had a friendly conversation. Oh no, he's gonna stare at me. Oh fucking, I'm dead. I'm fucking dead. This is disappointing, like camera turn to him just looking at me all disappointed. Oh fuck. Never mind. If nothing else, you left there a positive impression. Let's move on to the north side of town, shall we? I'm sorry. I was too nice. That was my problem there. Right, we'll give this one more go. Matza, I promise I'll do better this time. We can only hope. Up here, I guess? In this big manor? You sure you want to haggle with someone who might be rich? Oh, hey, young Jay, what are you doing up here, buddy? Tis a storehouse like any other, at first glance, yet in contrast to its scale, there is a distinct lack of activity. Bahasma. Bazama? I think is how you say that name? Hey! What is it? If you don't mind, I'm rather busy. Oh, God, it's my stomach. Oh. Do you need some fish? How about you feel better? Are you for sickness? No, nothing so unusual. In my hurry to get back to work, I just ate a little too quickly. Oh, so you don't want fish right now then? Some fresh fish will set on your stomach, and mine are the freshest of all. You should take it easier, eat more slowly, and savor your food, like Endwalker. Oh no. Would that I could, but I can't afford to be idle. Like it's not, the circumstances will surely get worse before they get better. And so I'm working as hard as I can, while I still can, the better to be prepared. What an industrious young man you are. How do you intend to prepare? Yeah, that's asked that. I could segue into us asking him for fish. By stockpiling supplies, but I need to earn coins so I can buy food, medicine, and what have you. How about do you have anything suitable? Matt, sir? How about some fish for your supplies? They're fresh caught. Do we have anything suitable, Matsuya, for that? Now look at me all disappointed. We do have some dried products too. I've nail and cucumber and puff pie fish. Puff pie? They're the last of the patch. So if you're interested, you can have some for a discount. Truly? By all means, I'll take them all. Nice, there you go. So we didn't give him fish, we gave him something else instead. Yay, we did it. You remember what I told you earlier, that I preserve what I catch, which serves to show the importance of being attentive. Yeah, I like my slow nod. Thank you for your demonstration. It was truly an eye-opening experience. Come, let's return to the pier. Yeah, I actually did good there. I'm quite surprised. Oh my god, I am inside of you. No! Why am I elephant now? I become part elephant. No. And like most, I'm still fortunate to have work, but there's no guarantee it will last. I need to work as much as I can, while I can. Yeah, the sails here are interesting, and it is fog right now too, so we haven't really been able to see this area in its glory, but I kind of like that. It shows that there's some stuff going on here that's kind of out of our control. And here's Fanquid talking to a mender.
folk here are rather business-minded, for want of a better word, but at least they're welcoming foreigners. In ordinary times, this harbour must overflow visitors from all over the world. Yeah. Oh yeah, I like my gear mended. Thank you. Don't wander. Oh nice, I could probably buy some upgraded gear for my red mage, but I intend to have the bow gear on for the most part. I quite like it. It's good beginning gear, I think, for this. I'll possibly change it at some point in the future, but for now I'm just going to stick to it. But yeah, this is a really cool place, and I'm looking forward to doing the full explore of it and seeing what transpires here. I mean, I've already been hooked by this place because it's a refreshing new location. That's not another beach area. And I do like Calusia a lot too, to be fair.
Thank you so much for showing me how to talk to customers. You managed to sell to 2 of the 3 people you approached. Adventurers do indeed have a great conversational skills. Watching you at work was very enlightening. By applying the lessons I've learned, I hope to one day peddle as well as you.
Yeah, you can. Dream what you must, mate.
Still, there's only so much I can do alone. I hope that things return to normal for Gazal soon. I thought I heard a familiar voice, and who should it be? Oh, I thought I heard a familiar voice, and who should it be but Matsia? Yeah, that was hard to gauge because the name was very similar. Kalza, have you finished your business at the guild? So you were there too? Forgive me. Try as I might, I can't find any buyers. With no ships coming in and hardly any going out, there simply aren't any options at this rate. So, you can't buy my fish anymore?
I'm sorry, Matza, I truly am. But for now you must peddle your own goods.
Oh, but by myself, can't.
I want to help you, I do. But as it stands, I can barely help myself. I poured my all into the consortium, and I'll be damned if I let it fall apart. My friends and family is depending on me, and I won't fail them. The sisters are my witness.
Kazal?
Oh no, I feel bad for Mr. Elephant Man and Mr. Dragon Man.
Not to worry. Using what I've learned from you, I'm sure I'll manage somehow. Well, I had best return to my village. My thanks again, and please take care on the road.
Yeah, goodbye, Mr. Elephant Man. We learned quite a bit from this. Kind of shows the situation, I guess, with this. It's not all clear cut, and there's other stuff going on here, which meets the eye. Did I get 2 in here? By the way, I don't know if I did. No, I did. Okay, I don't think I did, but I guess I must have been automatically done. Look at you with your new hairstyle. There you are. Gone over the aver sickness, have you? Yeah, a little bit. Mayhap owing to the island's small size, the tower's impact upon the people's lives does appear more pronounced here than in Eorzea. Yeah, I guess it's a smaller area for the monsters to travel. I see you've been busy. Managed to learn a tidbit or 2, I trust.
Yeah, I learned some great information.
I see. You also learned that the tower has affected many local livelihoods, but to think that would be to such an extent. For another notable, not wholly unexpected discovery, disappearance and kidnappings are disturbingly commonplace. As before, the Cobbers are most certainly tempered Imperial soldiers, and as before, they mean to use the faith of their hapless fools to call forth a lunar primal. Business as usual for the Telofoi. Yeah, sure. I mean, we don't really know how they work, but yeah, that's a good way of gauging it, I guess. House of Divinities. Judging by his furrowed brow, something important has occurred to Estinian. Oh no, you haven't bought something else, have you? That Matsu fellow you were helping. He's Arca Sodara, is he not? Apparently, it is almost exclusively his people that are being kidnapped, should he be travelling alone. Oh, okay. If summoning is the perpetrator's aim, it does stand to reason that the Arca Sodara will be their primary targets.
For 'tis the faith of their ancestors which prevaileth in this land, and many are devout adherents still. We better go after him, and our carol lies to the west, as I recall, the same direction as Kral's acquaintances, incidentally. Settled then. Keep your eyes peeled while we make for the village. Let's make our way to the village. Oh, there's a plus quest here! Is it an Aether Current, though? Wonder if I should save the Aether Currents for the end, but they don't take that long to do, to be fair. So let's just get us done and dusted before we continue on. Like I said, these parts are going to be a lot shorter than Shadowbringers because I want to savor the experience a lot more and make the edits a little bit more cleaner cut. So I'm hoping that's going to be the case here. Stepchild. Ogre is looking around in trepidation. Wait, did I miss the first line? No, I didn't.
Why are the Matanga everywhere? What has this town fallen?
Arr!
Ah! Your face! It is known to be. You are the warrior who fought for the Mole and the Nardum. I am Ogul of the Catayan. It was your bravery and skill which inspired me to embark upon my own hero's journey. Yet now I was foolishly blundered into the den of Matunga. Why do these others walk without fear? Do they not care if they are slaughtered?
Some Matunga are not like those in the Azim Steppe. The Arkazoja are a civilized tribe. Yeah, they are a civilized tribe.
I do not doubt your word, but Grandmother always warned me, if you encounter Matunga, you turn tail and flee, as far as you can go. Her tails were awful and bloody, and so now at the very sight of them, the terrifies unbidden. No, I cannot stay here. I must earn enough coin to buy passage from this island, Nightmare Island, as soon as possible. Wow, that was a quick turn of events. I beg of you, stay at my side for a time. Listen to our meet with this Kankana person the sailors tell me about. She is said to have word that pays a fair wage, so I'll see what she has for me.
Well, you know how it is. These people are quite nice, but I guess living in the Azim Steppe all this time will suggest that that's not the case. Still though, we shouldn't have prejudice like that. It's not good to have, especially in how we're trying to unite the beast tribes together with the people. And I think that's a worthwhile cause. I mean, we got our United Eorzea. We should also have the Far East in that too, like Dalmasca, Yanksha, which is encompasses Dorinda too, and the Azim Steppe as well. They're all just getting more interconnected, I think.
These wares are bound for us elsewhere in the island, but there's still a whole shipload in the other building that's not going anywhere soon. If overseas trade doesn't resume soon, then the gods help my business.
Well, here's Kankana. Why is that young lady trembling so? Oh no. I think I understand. Look, it's not a problem, lady. You're fine.
By the dust, mother, no one told me that Kankana was a Matanga. Can I ask you to speak of her in my stead?
Oh, come on. Hey, look. She's a little bit shy, but just don't mind her. Welcome to Yedlamad, traveller. I am Kankana. It's my job to assign the right work to the right workers. Might I have your name? My name is Zikbar. Nice to meet you. Zikbar and Ogul, was it? Let me jot those down.
Oh, Grandmother, why? Why'd it have to be a Matanga?
Is your companion quite alright? No, she's a little bit prejudiced. An understandable reaction. The Jajasura tribe have done much to stain the reputation of our people. You are looking for work though, yes? Many have been forced to take what they can since the troubles began, so I'm afraid all the simple jobs are gone. As for what's left, I only have a task fit for seasoned fighters. Does that sound like something you can do? I mean, you are a warrior after all.
For fighting? I can fight. Lest you doubt, my skill is likened to that of Dragonbane, the legendary Chakra Zoa herself.
I'm not familiar with the name, but you sound formidable indeed. Why don't we start you out on an escort duty then? A group of artisans set off to harvest materials, and as I send any prospective protectors their way, should it happen to a listener.
What? They already set off? So I you not to escort them?
There is to be a ritual dance performed in Kinjara's footsteps. They will need incense and costumes for the dancers and such. The entire thing was decided rather suddenly, so there was no time to waste.
And these artisans you speak of, did they include Matanga in their number?
It was an Archelaus Odawa who made the report. I hope that won't be a problem.
Oh, not at all. I look forward to fainting at the feet of my most feared enemy. Sigmar, I cannot do this alone. Play lend me your strength for the victory of the Nardum, and half the reward for this task will be yours.
I mean, I won't take the reward, but sure, I'll help you. The artisans didn't plan to venture far. Leave Yedlamad to the west, and you should come across your employer.
I might better do the main story while I'm doing that too.
And that is where we shall meet.
Wait, then that's where we shall meet. You'll find me there, yes?
I mean, I don't think I have any choice in the matter, but sure.
It's 48 for current.
I'm hoping anyway. Fingers crossed.
Oh no, it's right over here? Okay, never mind then, I don't need to do it. For fuck's sake! Dust Mother, give me courage!
Ah, you must be our belated escort, yes?
Yeah.
Glad to have a courageous, companion not well. He seems a touch shaky.
Nah, he's fine, he's just... Of course, I should have thought of it before. I shall harvest the necessary ingredients while the artisan stays here. That way I have I have no need to fear him. Being harmed. Perfect.
I mean, oh, there she goes. I must say, it's a little less than ideal. My people are already scattered across the wilds, and I wanted someone to roam around and ensure they are safe from attack. Is your friend perhaps frightened by Arkazadoa? Dara, I have met such travellers before. Well, no matter. If you could patrol the areas I asked, I must attend to my own harvesting.
Will do. Ogre has run off in the wilds alone. Keep an eye out for her as you continue your patrol.
Okie dokie.
Well, I guess I'll get on my, I'll get on a mount that's, similar to this area in some respects. And I think it'll be suitable. Let's get out my... antelope. There we go. And I shall traverse via this adorable little guy to where I need to be, which is up here. Oh god, she hasn't gone very far, has she? I mean, she's helping to protect this person at least. This might be a job for our chocobo, the legend himself, Persimmon. Let's do this, shall we? Oh, we're gonna hear the new battle music. Oh, to an extent, anyway. Oh, wow, that's very powerful now, these new attacks. These Vert Hunter and Vert Arrow right now. Oh, wow, they look really cool, too. And we're done already. Fucking hell.
You must think me foolish. I was so absorbed in my finance I was tasked to notice the ground shaking at my approach. Still, my injuries are light and my stature is full. Thanks to you, I can think of my tower and the others. Oh my god, there's another fight going on!
Did you say the beast? No, it's still here! That was a near thing. I took the first one by surprise, but the second, knowing a Ratanga stood at my back, my mind froze, my body refused to obey. Grandmother taught that we should let fear wash over us like water, but to my shame, I could not have failed her more thoroughly. Not to sound ungrateful, Zokobar, but why did you follow me? Because you are not protecting these guys? We're to patrol? Oh, forgive me. I should have waited for orders instead of running off alone and putting lives in peril. Come, we should return to our employer. I want to be sure that the wounded men reach safety.
Hmm.
I'm sure he'll be okay, but I'm glad you're thinking about him now after the fact. Not before the fact. Never judge a book by its cover, I think. Deep breaths. Let it wash over you.
My colleague told me of his rescue, although we had hoped for an escort from the start. Imagine if he hadn't come at all. I sent him many of us back to our workshop, so consider your duty with us complete. You have my thanks. As to your payment, that you can collect from Kunkana.
Nice. See, that wasn't too bad, was it? Right, I suppose we report to Kinkana then. So, again, with this series, I'm not going to be doing the rest of this Plus Quest series. Like, well, no, I will be doing the Plus Quest, but I won't be doing the quest chain that comes after it, because while I'm sure the story is very interesting, I do not have time to do that. I might, if I have some time towards the end, do them, but not now, anyway. I'm going to leave them be, I think. Ah, there you are. Your employer expressed satisfaction for your work, so congratulations on a job well done. As a response to the recent chaos, the upcoming ritual was hastily planned, to say the least. As a consequence, the artisans have been hard-pressed to make everything ready. But when times are hard, the people of Favner rely on such traditions to renew their faith and bolster their hearts with the teachings of the divine. The definite artisan would have thrown this whole thing into disarray, and thus your rescue was timely indeed. Please accept your payment, half each is agreed upon. Are you interested in further work? I have something for you if so. I am, but not now, and definitely not in the recording. Oh, wait, never mind. Oh, well, that's a surprise. Okay, I guess I am doing that then. Well, I'll hold off on that now, but I'll come back to that later. Anyway, let's head back to the MSQ, shall we? It's raining again. It's always raining here, isn't it? I want to visit a luscious island, and it's just always raining or foggy. You do not see Matsuya nearby, but the elevated ground up ahead may prove a better vantage point. Let's hope so. It definitely made these menial quests a lot more interesting with the whole escort mission and the little flavor text that appears. They've gotten so much better at that, I think, in this and Shadowbringers. I'm excited to see what they kind of do from this point on. I mean, apparently the story gets really fucking good in Endwalker, so... And a lot earlier on in Shadowbringers. Should be cool. You'd not see Matsuya from here either. No, let me be! Help! Somebody help! Oh no. Matsuya's voice, and it came from the north. Oh fuck. Has he been kidnapped or taken by these people? We don't really know who kidnaps them. I assumed it was like Garlean soldiers, but on this island? I don't really know how they'll come here unnoticed. I don't know if Radsa Hand is even at war with Garlemald. It might be, it might not be, but... Oh, no. Okay, I was right. It is Imperial soldiers. Okay, I steal them now. Wait, where's Persimmon? Why is he not here? Persimmon? Guess I'm doing this on my own then. No, I fucking die! He had no health left! Okay, let's use my actual mechanic attack. Put these guys up. They're dying really quickly. I guess my armor must be really fucking good. I am also level 82 to be fair. Yeah, more pressing matters at hand. No, it's not. Hey buddy, how's it going? Where did they go? Why are you here? And there's everyone else. I see you found him in time. You were again attacked by them. You and your friends came to look for me. I don't know how to thank you. On my way home, I took a moment to stop and rest, think about what to do about, well, everything. And then those men came. Kidnappers. We'd heard of the Arcus of Doa being targeted. Surely you have as well. Perhaps it's best if you took refuge in the city. We've considered it, me and the others, but fishing is all we know. The ocean all we have. I see. That's your decision to make, but you should not care not to travel alone. It's true, you shouldn't be here because they're taking you to the tower and that could be worse. A question, if I may. It is our understanding that strange fiends have emerged from the tower. What canst thou tell us of these beings? Not much, I'm afraid. I have no idea what they are. But I've heard that some bear and a setting resemblance to our divinities. Oh yeah, so they're taking their primal gods. For that reason, some have taken to call the tower Zot. House of Divinities in the old tongue it means. But they're not true divinities, they're monstrous imitations that bring only death. To have one's face so twisted is the gravest indignity, and full justified art foul and fine outrage. Know that 'tis not for no other purpose but to neutralize the tower that we've journeyed to this land. In time we may be forced to contend with these false gods, and thus we would learn all we may about them. What would thou not tell us of fire divinities and their true nature? You've come all this way to save us? Really? Do you think I had you peddling fish? I mean, that was also a fun little side quest we had. But to answer your question, yes, of course, we'll gladly tell you about our gods. We, I say, because I'm a terrible storyteller, and I would ask my fellow villagers to do it. So please, come to our village. We're good, God-fearing folk of all of us, and we're honoured to share knowledge. And fish. What sayest thou? Shall I pay a visit to Akiali? I mean, there's something else to do. We'll be our best. Hope we try and get to this tower. Wonderful. Just follow the road west and down the hill. You can't miss it. Nice. Go hang out with some elephant man, I guess. So, 'tis the simulacra of the Fanervian gods are being summoned. If any doubt existed before, there could be none now. The kidnapped Hashis are imprisoned in the tower. I pray that we will be able to save them. Yeah, last time we tried to save them, all the people in the tower died of Arenvold. For indeed, saving them will mean confronting their false gods. Like us not, I, as you said, will do our best to study their religious traditions to Akiali. I wonder if that'd be the first trial. Although I think that that trial will be too good for this game, to be fair. I mean, we had in Shadowbringers we had Dancing Plague, Crown of the Immaculate, and Dying Gas, which are three of the best trials. So I'm betting we're going to be saving those for big content in this, but we'll see. Make our way to Akiali then, shall we? Yeah, this place is very beautiful. I like the different coloured rocks and kind of the Asian feeling this place has. The elephant people and stuff. The kind of the South Africa or like the Madagascan feel it has. It's very well cultured, I think. And it's also cool to be on like a Iraqi nails here doing realms. Especially I love the first. This feels closer to home. Hey, there is that in the ocean. Don't know what that is though. Oh, we can go over there, I think maybe. Oh, here we have it. Here we go. Welcome to Akali, my friends. The name means white beach, and there isn't much here save that. But please, make yourselves at home. Your companions have already begun talking to everyone. Feel free to show yourself around and do the same. Any one of us are carried by our gods, but you can do worse than the start of Kanga and old Yasva Day. They're free at the moment as it happens. Okay, we'll get on that then, won't we? In fact, I'll probably be back in a sec. I'm probably going to end this recording session here. So chances are when I get back it'll be a different time of day, but I'll see you then in a sec. I'm getting a little bit tired now. I'll come back and we'll continue from there for like 5 more minutes before we end this episode probably. In fact, you know what? I might end this episode here, thinking about it now, just so we can get as our third episode starting off in this little village area. Hope you enjoyed episode 2 of FFXIV, Endwalker, and I'll be back for a third part next time. We're going to try and maybe finish this area and then get to the next one. Right, goodbye.